host of the Gridiron.
And of course, speaking about next year, another year and the Giants lose another running backs coach. Well, the guy that they had last year was he went back to with Nolans, Kellen Moore. Basically, just kind of took him away. But I mean, the Giants, it's like every year they just keep losing running back coaches. That we got one guy every year, and then he's gone. The next guy gone. I mean, if we look, let's see. If we look here. Since 2018, who we had here? Craig Johnson. Oh, we had Craig Johnson for 2 years with Shermer. Right? Where's he at? Craig Johnson. We had Craig Johnson 2018 and 2019. Of course, then Shermer was gone. Then Judge came in. He brought his running back coach in, which is the guy who coached at Alabama. He was here for 2 years. Where we at here? Burton Burns. He was very, very good. I think Derrick Henry said he was his favorite running back coach. He came in from Alabama, so he was here for 2 years. Burton Burns, 2020 and 2021, I do believe, right? Yeah, 2021, and then of course Judge was gone. So then, of course, now we got to 2022. DeAndre Smith was here, 2022. And, of course, 2023. Jeff Nixon was the running back coach. And last season, there we are here. Running back coach, Joel Thomas. So Joel Thomas is no mas. So now we have to bring, I mean, the thing, it's a running back coach. I mean, heck, we brought Troy Brown in. He's like a Swiss Army knife. So, I mean, heck, I wouldn't even mind giving Troy Brown a shot at letting him coach the running backs. But Saints Kellen Moore steals key coach from the Giants staff. Giants will be without running back coach Joel Thomas after his return to the Saints. Giants were initially happy to hear that the Saints were hiring the Eagles offensive coordinator Kellen Moore to be their next head coach. For one, that's an obstacle Philadelphia will have to clear in their post-championship offseason. Brain drain that will force next year's offense to undergo some semblance of a transition period. More importantly, it kept New York offensive coordinator Mike Kafka in the house. He had been a finalist for the job, interviewing multiple times, but this deep in the process, his departure and potential coaching hires would have left head coach Brian Daboll with a beleaguered staff. And yet Daboll's misfortune continued anyway. Moore stole a key coach, Joel Thomas, from the Giants staff. According to Tom Pelissero, running back coach Joel Thomas was hired by Moore, returning to New Orleans after a single season in New York. Notably, Thomas spent the 9 prior seasons from 2015 to 2023 with the Saints, working under head coach Sean Payton and Dennis Allen. He managed backfields with Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram, 2 studs, the former developing into one of the game's most weaponized stars. Perhaps those prior successes make Giants running back Tyrone Tracy's rookie success less surprising. As a former receiver, there were legitimate questions about how well and how soon he'd be able to contribute between the tackles as a starting caliber running back, amassing over 1,000 yards from scrimmage and impacting both facets of the offense. He quickly put those concerns to rest. Thomas is one of the most well-respected assistant coaches in football, spending 15 years rising up the college ranks, largely presiding over the running backs. He also isn't the first running backs coach to leave after a single season under Daboll. In fact, every one of Daboll's running back coaches has lasted just 1 year with the Giants. A year after firing Brenton Burns, Daboll was hired and brought along DeAndre Smith, who departed in a lateral move for the Indianapolis Colts. in 2023. His replacement, Jeff Nixon, took Syracuse's offensive coordinator job. And now Thomas has left town as well. Doesn't have to be anything more than a coincidence and bad luck, but it's one more offseason need for Daboll to face. Without elite talent at the position and the staff's collective seat already warm, New York may have trouble replacing Thomas as swiftly as it would hope. Well, I mean, there are a lot of running back coaches out there. So let's see here. Thomas' relationship with Purdue running back coach Lamar Conard was instrumental in the Giants selecting running back Tyrone Tracy Jr. in round 5. So that was the one thing there. Thomas had a relationship with the Purdue running back coach. That's why we brought in Tyrone Tracy Jr. Tracy compiled 1,123 yards from scrimmage as a rookie. Jeff Nixon was the Giants running back coach in 2023. He left after a year to become the offensive coordinator of Syracuse. DeAndre Smith, right? He was here and he left after 1 year. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it's not, I mean, obviously, of course, it's an important, coaching position. I mean, we don't have. If we had Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley, you could just wind those guys up and just go play, right? Just find a hole and just run. But we certainly could use some help there. That's for sure. So, obviously they're going to find somebody. It's not the end of the world, but it's just kind of like every year we get a coach, running back coach in here, and at the end of the year, he goes someplace else. And we get another coach in here, someplace else. It's kind of like, we had Burton Burns here, right? But it is what it is. But we'll certainly find somebody. But that would be to me, that would certainly be I like to see him add somebody, a good running back. That's what we did with Tracy in the 5th round. Right? If we got Singletary, Tracy, I'm not so sure, what the future holds for Eric Gray. But if we would draft somebody in the 4th or 5th round, I'm sure we can get a good, competent running back, right, to add to this group. Because I mean, it's not one of our strong points, that's for sure.